about careers, we usually measure them by things we can see, like job titles and promotions and raises and new responsibilities. And those are milestones that show up on a resume or a LinkedIn profile. So it's easy to believe that that is what shapes a career. But if you stop and think about your own journey, you'll probably realize that some of your biggest turning points had very little to do with your job description. Maybe somebody took a chance on you before you felt completely ready. Maybe your company reorganized and a new opportunity appeared, or a conversation led to a relationship that opened a door you didn't even know existed. Or maybe one decision, yours or someone else's, changed the direction of your career in ways that you could never have predicted. The truth is, careers are shaped by forces we don't always recognize while they're happening. We've all heard someone say, maybe you've even said it, I was in the right place at the right time. And there is definitely some truth to that. But timing is more about luck. And we don't say luck at Girls Who Print. We follow Oprah's definition, which is when preparation meets an opportunity. So that is more than luck. When markets change and companies grow or merge or restructure and people retire and there's new technologies and industries are evolving, sometimes you are ready to take that next step. You see the writing on the wall, but the opportunity has not arrived for you yet. And other times, the opportunity appears before you think you're ready. You can't control the timing, but what you can control is whether you're prepared for when things change. And the people who seem to catch those lucky breaks are often the ones who were quietly building skills long before anyone was paying attention. There's another reality we don't talk about enough. We've all heard the phrase, your work should speak for itself. And yeah, I'd love to believe that that is always true, but it usually isn't. People can't appreciate work that they don't know exists. That doesn't mean you have to become the loudest person in the room or walk around and say, look at me, although there's nothing wrong with that. It means making sure your ideas, your contributions, and your expertise are part of the conversations that matter. Visibility is not about seeking attention. It's about making it possible for people to recognize the value that you bring. Every organization is made up of people making decisions every day. They decide who leads a project, who gets invited to the meetings, who represents the company at an event, who's getting the new account, who earns the next, big opportunity. We don't always understand why those decisions are made, and sometimes we don't agree with them. But recognizing that careers are influenced by people, not just policies, helps us see our organizations more clearly. And it reminds us that relationships, trust, and reputation matter just as much as qualifications. Decisions don't happen in a vacuum. They're made by people who know your work, trust your judgment, and believe that you will deliver. Very few careers are built alone. Every meaningful relationship has the potential to teach us something, to challenge us, to encourage us, to introduce us to someone we wouldn't have met otherwise. Sometimes the most valuable relationship isn't the one that gets you your next job. It's the person who gives you honest feedback, helps you see your own potential, or simply believes in you when you're questioning yourself. Professional relationships aren't about collecting contacts. They're about building trust over time. One of the things I committed to last year was building a challenge network, and that was filled with people who were willing and able to give me honest feedback on any of the new ideas or initiatives. Formulating the Girls Who Print membership platform was something that I went to a challenge network for, because every idea you have, it could be a great idea, but if you don't have some honest feedback uh, about what you're saying, you may start thinking you have the best ideas. And if people don't agree with you, it's their problem. So it's great to just, get honest feedback and take that feedback and apply it as you move forward. And if everybody agrees it's a great idea, fantastic. But then ask them, okay, if we couldn't do this idea, how would you do this in a different way? And you never know, that collaboration could lead to something amazing. When I look back on my own career, I can certainly point to jobs and titles, but that is not really what tells the story. The story is about the people who opened doors, the conversation I almost didn't have because I wasn't in the room, risks that worked out and some that didn't, moments when timing was on my side and moments when it wasn't. It's about opportunities I recognized and others I only understood after it was, behind me. Your career has probably been shaped the same way. So the next time you think about where your career is headed, don't just focus on the title that you're working towards. Think about the forces that are shaping the journey itself. Some of them will always be outside of your control, but many of them are not. And recognizing the difference may be one of the most valuable career skills you ever develop. Thanks so much for your time and attention. Empower along and prosper.